Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 12 o'clock. I'm Dan George with your latest Solent Sports headlines. Southampton's Kyle Walker-Peters could be a doubt for the Winter World Cup after being ruled out with a long-term hamstring problem. The fullback may have been in contention for a place in Qatar following injuries to England's regulars Reece James and Kyle Walker. His club manager Ralph Hasenhüttl says staging this year's tournament in the winter creates a problem. Aston Villa's managerial hunt is now underway with Steven Gerrard, who was sacked following a 3-0 defeat to Fulham last night. Maurizio Pochettino, Thomas Frank and Thomas Tuchel have already ruled themselves out of the job. Sporting manager Ruben Amorim is among the candidates being considered. Villa are not the only East Midlands club without a manager after QPR manager Michael Beale rejected an approach from Wolves to stay with the Championship leaders. Beale spoke to QPR about his position at the club.
At times, if we're doing well, there will be speculation and there'll be temptation. One thing's for sure is Wolves are a fantastic football club. They're a historic football club. It was a real privilege and to be asked to go and speak to them, but I didn't think it was the right moment because I entered into an agreement here. I've been all in here and I've asked other people to be all in, so I can't be the first person to run away from the ship.
Wolves have opted to stay with Steve Davis on an interim basis until the end of the season. UEFA have opened disciplinary proceedings against Dutch side PSV Eindhoven. These proceedings are a result of the disruptive behaviour caused by the PSV fans last night at Arsenal's Emirates Stadium. Some of the offences include the throwing of objects, lighting of fireworks and crowd disturbances. Cristiano Ronaldo has been left out of the Manchester United squad ahead of Sunday's clash with Chelsea. This comes after the Portuguese star refused to be subbed on against Tottenham before leaving the game early. Ronaldo has today been ordered to train with the under-21s. Ireland caused an upset at the T20 Cricket World Cup to qualify for the Super 12s. They chased down a target of 147 runs to thrash the West Indies by 9 wickets in Hobart. The defeat means the two-time champions are eliminated. Defending champion Rory McIlroy is just one shot off the lead after the opening round of golf's CJ Cup in South Carolina. He's 5 under par and knows victory this week would see him return to number 1 in the world rankings. Former US Open champion Gary Woodland is currently the frontrunner with 6 under par. The stage is set for the start of the US Grand Prix weekend ahead of Free Practice 1. The session starts at 8 p.m. in Texas at the Circuit of the Americas. Last season saw Verstappen hold off Hamilton in the closing laps as he battled it out for victory. Red Bull Racing remain in trouble over their apparent breach in last year's budget cap. It's expected that Red Bull will be hosting a press conference in the coming hours to address this issue. Martin Brundle spoke about the mess it caused up and down the paddock.
We don't have any facts as to how much Red Bull have overspent, what it means, what the penalty could be. It's described as a minor breach if it's up to $7 million. Clearly, the regulations are not right and they've got to be changed because most teams will tell you that's a season-long development budget, $7 million. And, the terminology is wrong. A minor breach suggests that it's not of great gravity.
On to horse racing, and Cheltenham is set to stage its first meeting of the new jump season this afternoon. The event will run over 2 days, with the first practice setting off at 1:35. It's the horse's first chance to practice around the circuit ahead of the Cheltenham Festival in March. And finally, in boxing, this morning Tyson Fury's heaped praise on his opponent Derek Chisora after he accepted their fight on December 3rd. The fight scheduled to take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and comes after talks of fights between Fury and Anthony Joshua broke down. That's all for you now. I'll be back in an hour with all the latest sports headlines right here on Solent Sports Journalism.